back, everybody. Matt the Mad here. So we got a trailer the other day for Lightyear, the new Pixar animation film coming out next summer. Now we heard about this last December during Disney's investors meeting, and they announced that, we have a new Pixar film, Lightyear, and that Chris Evans is going to be doing the voice of Lightyear. Everyone was kind of surprised by that, and they're like, Chris Evans? You mean Tim Allen? We know Tim Allen, who does the voice of Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story movies. But they said, no, this is not a spin-off movie of Buzz Lightyear, the toy. This is about the actual person that inspired the toy to be made. So we got a trailer the other day, and I gotta say, I was already looking forward to this movie when they announced it. I grew up with Toy Story. Toy Story is the first animated Pixar film that came out in 1995. I still remember getting that VHS tape and coming home from school, putting it on with my neighbors, and watching it at my house. And I love the Toy Story movies. Toy Story 3 was one of the best movies of 2010. And then they announced Toy Story 4. No one knew how that was going to turn out. That ended up being really good also. So, let me say, this trailer looks beautiful. The shots, the animation looks incredible. Pixar keeps upping their animation. I like that it's going to be action-filled too. I feel like this feels more akin to like The Incredibles. And this is great. I love The Incredibles. One of my favorite Pixar films. Now I was watching this trailer, and I like space films. I mean, we've gotten a lot of great ones lately, like Interstellar, The Martian, First Man. And I gotta admit, this movie gave me a little bit of The Martian and First Man vibes, with a little Interstellar, with some time travel going on. And, I have a wild theory about this movie. Also, I like the song choice. David Bowie's Starman playing throughout the trailer. Perfect song. But I have a wild theory here. A wild, wild theory. And let's see how wild it really is. Or maybe it's not wild at all. It might actually end up being real. So this character is named Lightyear. Okay? Now, at least in the trailer, they don't show his family, if he has a family. But somehow this is supposed to connect to Toy Story, other than the toy. So obviously at some point this human, and we know that Pixar films can make us cry. Look at Up, for instance. Or even Toy Story 3. Or Finding Nemo. So we have this guy going to space. Something happens. Time travel. Whatever. Now I have two theories. Two ideas here. Number one, this guy is going to do something heroic and die. And that's where the idea of making a toy of this Lightyear character, of this person, and maybe he gets the nickname Buzz in the movie. Even though I think originally the name Buzz was for Buzz Aldrin, the actual astronaut. So I think one idea is this character's gonna die by the end of it, saving somebody or the planet, I don't know. And that's where the toy gets made in his honor. Now, number 2 theory is a little bit more out there, wild. Now, when we watch the Toy Story movies, we notice something. Andy. Little Andy. Andy never mentions his father. No father. And we know that a lot of the Pixar films deal with a missing parent. Look at Finding Nemo. Yeah. Blue in Monsters Inc. Who knows if she even has parents? So Andy has no father. Never mentioned. Single mother. 2 kids. In the first Toy Story, Molly, the sister, is a baby. Now my wild theory is this. Lightyear is Andy's father. Now people might think, where did he come up with that? Well, like I said, number 1, the mom is a single mother. No husband. Never mentioned a father. Andy has no father. Number 2, in the first Toy Story, he gets Buzz Lightyear. Very excited, loves the toy. Sometimes he can't choose between Woody or Buzz. Now Woody's been his toy for forever. But Buzz has some sentimental value. Which we never really know why. In fact, you remember that scene in Toy Story 3? Here it is. Where Andy, about to go off to college, has Woody in one hand and Buzz in the other hand. And he's just staring at Buzz for a minute. And I always said to myself, that's a long time to look at Buzz. Why? Woody is the toy he's always had since a child. That makes sense not to let that one go. But Buzz. Why would Buzz be so sentimental? And there is the idea I have that because the toy was made in his father's image. And his father was an astronaut that went up into space. And the thing is, we don't know when these Toy Story movies take place. Like, we don't know the year that they're in. Maybe we'll find out in the Lightyear movie. So my theory is that Lightyear is Andy's father, and he's going to end up dying by the end of the movie, and that's where the toy is made in his image. And that's why Andy can't ever give up that toy throughout the movies. Because it's too sentimental. It's a reminder of his father. So, that's all. I think the trailer's great. Looking forward to the movie next summer. And Matt here. Have a good night.